Hey guys, it's Rachel with Pretty and Plants, and I'm so glad y'all are here. Thank you so much for coming. I have 5 children, 3 or 4 animals, and a very hungry husband. So this whole channel is about putting your plants in leca and then not thinking about them for days on end. Until you have to water them again. So the whole reason I got into leca was I love plants, but I don't want to spend much time on them, and I want to go on vacation. So I want to have 100 plants, but I don't want to obsess about them too much. So that is why I am here, and I hope that's why you're here too. If you're interested in this subject, make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe so that you get all of my videos. So let's dive right into it. Today I have 2 really important subjects, and I'm going to blend them because they are related. First, we are going to talk about pothos again. And I want to introduce you to my new pothos. Look at the leaves. So if you grow a pothos up, the leaves will get bigger as they go up the pole. And then if you let it kind of hang in a basket, it's going to be smaller leaves. So this one I got at the nursery. It's growing up on a pole, and I wanted to give y'all just a little bit of information about pothos because I got to talk to Arlene. She is Jerry's wife. If you don't know who Jerry is, he is the rock star behind this channel. So let me show y'all. This is one of my plants that's about to grow through the ceiling, actually. This is my mayoi. But these little pots, which I'm sorry they don't ship internationally, but Jerry and Arlene sell these pots. They have them come in from Germany, and look at the top of that thing. Bah, you can't even see it. And I will link, I think he did Leca 101. I love his videos. He is an older gentleman. And so I'll link that new video that he just released down below. But I call them and have long, lengthy conversations with them occasionally. And so I got to talk to his wife. That was my first time to talk to her. She has been doing leca since 1978. And so I just feel like such a moron because she just knows so much more than I do on the subject. And she said, this is from Arlene, she said that she never puts pothos, big pothos, into leca. So what that means is all of the pothos that I have killed trying to strip off all the dirt and putting into leca, I'm in good company. Because Arlene doesn't even try anymore. She said what she does is she has a beautiful pothos in dirt. I don't know if it's hanging, I don't know. And she does cuttings and propagates them and then gives them as gifts and makes baskets out of her cuttings. It is the only plant, one of the only plants she strongly recommends against putting in leca. Now, that's, I think, where a lot of the rub is with people transferring dirt plants to leca, is because a lot of people think, oh, pothos is the first plant you get in dirt, so now let's put it into leca. And it's the only plant that you don't put in leca. Having said that, I actually have transferred 5 or 6 plants, pothos, to leca, but I just fingered the dirt off the bottom, and then when it was really dry, I put it down into leca and surrounded it, and then I bottom watered it so that there was no water going over the roots from the top. When I told Arlene that, she said we call that terraponics, when your plant has some dirt and some leca, and she said there's some plants that just do better in terraponics. So there you have it, straight from Arlene. That is her pothos story. So then I got really excited and thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a mother pothos. Of course, this one is just the emerald green. It doesn't have the white striations or anything in the camera, it's quite large. It is quite large. Actually, just get on my Instagram, I'll post it there. Every time this one starts bushing up too much, or you know, not too much, but kind of growing off of the pole, I'm gonna take tons of cuttings, put it in water and do what Arlene did, and then make a nice basket out of it. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about plants that you have in water and you want to go ahead and put them into leca, because I've gotten a lot of questions about this, like, oh, it's been in water. When I put it into leca, what do I do? So much of your plant life will have so much to do with your personality, why you're doing this. My whole purpose in this is to provide a very green and lush environment for my family. My house is hard to cover, like the wall space is limited, and so I've had to, my whole thing is finding just the right plant for just the right space, and then I'm done. And I convert it to leca, and then I'm like, okay, that space is taken care of. This is my propagation station, and it's actually kind of prettier from that view, and there's lots of algae. But my propagation stations are long decorations. So I love propagating, not so much for making more plants, but more for adding more decoration where it's kind of hard to have either perfect light or something. And so these line the back of my kitchen, and then I have long tables that I put these on. And whenever I found this at TJ Maxx, whenever I find a long thing with jars, I grab it. I feel like this is a better example because pothos are very easy to propagate. They can live in those jars for 15 years. But these are some little ghost euphorbias, and then I can't remember the name of this one, but I put it into leca just with no roots on the bottom. And then I thought, you know what? I really want roots. I'm more comfortable growing with roots. So see, this root is about an inch. See those roots? Those are pretty good roots. So the rule of thumb is you want about 3 inches of roots. This, I'm comfortable with that because there's so many coming off. So I would be comfortable planting that in leca. Look how many, you know, have come off of that. So this actually would be a really good thing I could plant today. These are pretty good too. But I feel like I'd like just a little bit longer root on those. Still kind of rotty. When you're propagating, make sure if you have like brand new propagation or a tendency to rot, go ahead and change the water frequently. Once they get going, you're pretty good. See, look how awesome that one is. So this one I could go ahead and plant, but I kind of want to group all of these. Okay, so see this net pot? If you're new to leca and you're having a struggle with what kind of pots to get for the inside of your plant, these net pots are really nice. You can see the root growth. Propagations is you want them pretty close to the bottom. Okay, so for success, we're going to, I'm going to pour some back in there, and you can see it's about to there. 1/2 inch is okay. Just enough to kind of lift those roots off the bottom. I'll put a couple more pebbles. And then I'm going to put all of these plants down on top of that 1/2 inch. So the really big key to planting your propagations is to have them close to the bottom. Baby plants was kind of she was kind of venting a little bit on her Instagram this week because she's really busy right now. She's doing her nursing school, and this will outgrow itself sometimes depending on the time of year, how much light it gets. It will kind of grow out of this pot. It could be in 4 weeks. So then I'll go up a size and then up a size. Keep that in the back of your mind. You're just getting this accustomed to leca. You're getting it growing, but it will outgrow this little tiny space fairly quickly. So now they're all in here. See how they're in there? And I'm holding them because I just want to, I want to kind of, you want to tap and get that leca down in there. Now, I like volcanic pumice because it gets down in between the roots. Just leca for me is really hard because you kind of want to get it packed down in there. And so the volcanic pumice adds a different variety. Of course, none of the pumice is coming out of my cup, but so I felt better. I had to repack it and get it all the roots. Make sure there's no air pockets with your roots. And so here he is. There's still little roots sticking up. I didn't dry it off, did I? The roots. Yeah, that's what I do. I just take it out of the water, put it in dry leca, and then I wait a day or two because now we're transitioning this plant into the leca life. And the leca life in my world is you're gonna be dry for a little bit and then you get water. And then you're gonna dry out again. So when I first water him in the new setup, I'm going to just dampen the roots in the leca, but I don't do a reservoir, just like I do with a plant that's come out of dirt. When you're propagating a plant and it's in water, it's propagation. That's different actually than its life in leca. The life in leca is actually similar to dirt. The roots want oxygen and they want to breathe between waterings. So that's how I do it. That's the propagation from propagation station to planting. And I have this cute little plant that someone just snapped off some pieces for me. I'm so excited. I love, now propagations make amazing gifts. Want to get the roots long enough. And then also, if you're new to plants, always try to put a piece of a pothos with your other propagations and they will grow roots faster. Like a couple of these euphorbias aren't growing roots yet, so I will take one of these and then I'll stick them in with my euphorbias just to, there is say chemical that's in the pothos that helps other things root faster. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you have any questions about taking propagations from water to leca, definitely comment down below. I hope this helped y'all. And you will not see me making any more videos on taking pothos out of dirt and putting them in leca. I will be doing it from propagations, or like this plant, when it's ready to be repotted, I'm going to take it out of the dirt. When it's really, really dry, I'll finger off the bottom roots, the dirt out of the roots, and I will plant it in a bigger pot inside of leca. And then I will layer leca on the top as well because we don't want fungus gnats in our house. So hope this helped y'all.